lot of the people that you've really adopted and taken in have not been particularly good to you.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, as you've aged, I find, and just, I think mature, without sounding patronizing at all. I mean, we all mature. You know, if you're lucky, you kind of know what the world was like when you die, if you're lucky. So, you know, as you've matured, it seems to me that you're being much more, I think you're finding a nice line between selectivity and caution. And I think it's a fine line, but you seem to be working out, and I hope to as well. I tend to go too cautious.
I'm trying harder to nurture myself.
Good.
And in that process, it's not that I'm being selective. It's just that I'm being, I'm taking myself out of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a hermit because when I go out, who and
she
what
does
I
attract
am,
him. It is a fact. It is a fact.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm working on learning not to attract all that, but I don't know if I'll ever have that down. So if I limit the places I go with the people I go with, then and spend more time nurturing myself, exploring my own, enjoying the benefits of my own authenticity, my own intimacy, my own creativity.
Yeah.
And that way I'm not bothering anybody, pulling out all the stops, responding to what they give me.
Which you kind of have to do at a point. I mean, because some of these people will just tear you away. I mean, just
that's
branch
been the
by
whole
branch.
of my life.
Yeah,
Right.
They'll tear you away.
Turn me into a giving tree, you know. Use and abuse everything until there's just the stump.
Right.
And I used to think at one time that there was something heroic in that.
No,
it's just stupidity. So, you know, I'm enjoying getting to a place where I say, do I have regrets? Yes, I have regrets, but are they regrets that veer on the side of integrity and decency, or on their opposites? And the answer is yes. I have erred on the sides of integrity and decency, and I would rather that than regret being narrow-minded and mean-spirited.
Right, and it doesn't have to be one or the other, and I think that's the gray area we're trying to find now. Because I'm very similar to Mom in that we were discussing it yesterday. You know, I'm very similar to Mom in that I'm very present. If I'm there, I'm there. That's just what it is, and I'll give you whatever I can. And once I select this opportunity or this individual, let's just kind of run for it, which has its own problems. I mean, sometimes it's, you know, even if you selected wisely to be at the outset, things shift through time.
That's right.
And it's tricky, but I think there's a lot to be said for being a hermit in a lot of ways, but also, you know, I do think you have a lot to offer. So I think like this show for me is kind of a lovely combination. I think my mom's an artist, so the art for her and this my art form is a way for us to kind of define our own rules, find our own bubble, decide what the walls look like, and then just kind of share them in our own way with the world.
That's right.
You know?
And I use the term hermit, but to me, I'm not a hermit.
No.
In the conventional sense, maybe to people I am a hermit.
It's got a hermetic value, but it's...
that I am. But I think that I'm not a hermit. I just simply enjoy the solitude of my own company. Because my life has been taken up so much with the dramas and the traumas of other people who then didn't consider my health and well-being in the mix at all. And so now I enjoy, like, I have a social life, but I choose it.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I think it's essential.
And
I think it's essential.
My social life does not include being connected through an umbilical cord to a cell phone or to email or to YouTube. I don't have to be connected through, I don't have to have my disconnectedness allayed by a counterfeit of connectedness.
Okay, there's no surrogate connection here. You are
Right.
okay with your own creation and yourself.
Well, I don't have to connect. I don't have to have the only sign of connectedness be, oh, did you send me 50 emails that I may or may not appreciate? Usually they're stories. They're stories. They're stories. They're full of romantic sentimentality. But
Hang on one sec.
but
I'm gonna go ahead and be right there.
we should. Is this unsafe?
No, we're good. We're good. It's mostly just for us that I'd like to.
Are you sure that we're safe? I don't want to be
Sorry,
unsafe.
No, we're good. That'll protect you mostly.
Well, no, don't worry about me. I'm
No, that's
afraid
good.
you're going to ruin your wool.
No, we're good.
I
Oh,
mean,
sorry.
My stuff comes from Goodwill. Yours, this comes from Goodwill. My wool comes from Goodwill.
Well, mine comes from slave children in China, so I don't want their work to be misspent on my account.
Well, maybe you could delete that last bit or something.
I'm sorry?
Maybe you could delete that last bit or something.
Oh, there's no deleting. You know how it is. Well, that's why I try to do it as quickly as possible. So, anyway.
Where were we?
Little children in China. No.
I guess what I'm saying is I have a social life,
Certainly.
but I'm selective about what I do.
My bad. Go ahead. Sorry.
But I don't try to cultivate what's the word? I don't try to cultivate daily encounters.
No. No, you don't. And I don't think I do either anymore. I was very
try to
social in college,
cultivate
as you know.
connections.
But
I try to cultivate connections.